Hi, good afternoon, guys. We'll just start in 2 minutes. Dr. Wali has joined and everyone has joined. We are just going to start in 2 minutes. People are joining actually.
Sure, we'll wait for some time. Ajit.
Yeah, we'll wait for 2-3 minutes and then we can start. We can start by 2:10.
Sure.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, yeah, let's start. We should not wait much because people will be joining, and there are the people who are joining the YouTube also. So we should not let everyone wait for the time. So I welcome you all to our demonstration class and induction class of the course of clinical research, the fundamentals of clinical research. So we are, officially starting our course on fundamentals of clinical research. That is a 4 month plus 2 month course. That is a 6 month course. And, we already had multiple webinars on this, and you might be knowing what we are offering. So let me, come up with the brochure to you again. Once again, let me, take 2 minutes to describe the brochure so you can understand what we are offering and what we are taking up in this course of 6 months. And this is one of its kind of the course what we are launching in India. So you can see we have planned it for the first time. We have planned it in this mode, that is called 4+1+1 mode. Okay, so this course is professional certificate course in fundamentals of clinical research. This is a purely 6 month program which is under the skill development training programs of Climed. And you can go through what we are actually visioning from this course, because this is actually to train, teach, and polish the aspirants in the clinical research profession. And guys, this is completely industrial training. Okay, so we all feel that we have learned the clinical research somewhere in our syllabus, somewhere in our books, everything. But that is academic clinical research, where you will just learn how to conduct the clinical assessments and clinical assignments and clinical projects in your college, in your things. But when you go to the industry, there are a lot more to do in the industry. Okay, there are multiple things you have to take care when you are conducting clinical trials: how to handle the clinical trials, how to handle the documentations, how to report the results. Many other things are there, right? How to take the proper consent form, what are the guidelines we have to follow, okay, what are the approvals we have to take. So there are a lot more to learn in the clinical research, and that's why we have come up with this exclusive course on the industrial clinical research, right? So this is a 4+1+1 course. So here, 4 months of complete industrial training means the industrial theoretical classes, and you will be learning all about the clinical research. And along with that, there will be 30 days industrial clinical research training at Climed. That will be definitely virtual, but you will be getting the personal assignments and industrial projects to work with. And there will be the mentors who will be teaching you training, who will be conducting your training in the industry. Okay, and you will get the separate certificate for the industrial training for 1 month after the course completion. And that one again, 4+1 is done, and then again 1 month will be completely dedicated for your personality development. Our mentors will be coming up with the mock interviews. They will be preparing your CVs with you, and they'll be helping you in the interviews. They'll be preparing you for the industry completely. Okay, so that's how we are, we have designed this course. Our the team of clinical researchers, our team of mentors have come up with this course for all of you for the first time, right? And we have a comprehensive syllabus, expert resource persons from the top notch companies, and we have very affordable price for all of you. See, if you are going to the market, if you see the clinical research courses and their prices for short terms also, 3 months or 2 months courses, you will find it like very costly. But here we kept the course fee very much affordable for all of you, very much affordable for all of you. Okay, so at the end you are going to get the course completion certificate, additional industrial training certificate, brushed up skills, and recorded videos if you are not attending the classes, or if you are missing the classes for a certain reason. Okay, and then you can see the course syllabus. It is including entire drug development and discovery process, ethical guidelines, clinical trial phases, complete randomization, blinding, everything. Okay, and then there'll be ICH GCP guidelines, roles and responsibilities of all the stakeholders, clinical trial management, and all the IBs, CROs, SMOs, and ethicals and regulatory submissions, requirements, all the techniques and retention of the clinical trial subjects. I mean, whatever you need to learn for a industrial clinical or part industrial clinical research, that will be done here. From the module 16, pharmacovigilance and assay reporting, project auditing and inspection, and multiple other things you are going to get. And exclusively, we have added one more segment in this, that is bioavailability and bioequivalence studies and their relevant, relevant documentation and everything. So this course is 4 + 1 + 1 month, and the price of this course is actual 20,000, and this course fee 4,999. This was valid up to August 31st. Okay, this was valid up to August 31st, as we have given the discount of 25% for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and now the price of this course is 10,000. But still, because you all are attending this webinar, if you are registering by tonight, if you are registering by today evening, you will get this course on the same price of 5,000 rupees, 4,999. If you are really interested, you can come up and you can register. There are many students who have been already registered for this course, right? And this course was not just made by our team, but we took the advice of these big people, these industrial advisory board, like Mr. Ranjit Barsikar sir, and the senior vice president of Kedla Pharmaceuticals, Dr. Kumar Rajput. You have seen him with us many times, and Dr. N. Udupa. He's the research director at SDM University, and he has he was the research director at Manipal University also for a longer time, and he has been the principal of Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences for a longer time. And then we have Mr. Abhijit Sidhu. He is clinical trial transparency manager at GlaxoSmithKline. And you can see our big team. And there is, other than this, we have our very dynamic course director who is going to take this session today, Dr. Wali Muhammad. He is a PharmD graduate and he understands the things well. He is a PharmD graduate and he did his PG diploma in clinical research and PhD from JNTU. Okay, from NIMS Hyderabad. Let me see. Okay, so he has done his PhD from SS University, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, and he has been working with several CROs and sites for last 6 years. He has conducted end-to-end clinical trial management for various indications. Besides, he is also the member of Independent Ethics Committee Hyderabad. Right, guys. So he has been expert in ACLS from Indian Red Cross Society Hyderabad, and he has published numerous original articles in renowned journals, and he has presented his research at many places. So I welcome Dr. Wali Muhammad to deliver this session to our audiences, and over to Dr. Wali Muhammad. And guys, if you're interested, you can take up this course, but not that. Please try to learn whatever we are going to serve you in this demonstration class. That is more important, right? So over to you, Dr. Wali.
Thank you, Ajit.
For joining, guys.
I just want to confirm, am I audible, guys?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah. Please try to share the PPTs.
Sure.
Yes, these are visible, perfectly visible.
So today, hi guys, I'm Dr. Wali. So today I'll be discussing about some of the important aspects of clinical research and industrial opportunity if you are once done with the clinical research course, and what are the opportunities and who are eligible. And as already Dr. Ajit has already discussed how we are design the program, how we are going to deal the program, everything is there. You can contact us anytime. So not much wasting time. So I'll just go through. So guys, what is clinical research? So basically, so it determines the safety and efficacy of drug, or it could be a devices, or it could be a diagnostic products also, which are intended to use in humans, right guys? So so what are the importance of clinical research? Why we do a lot of research? So we get a lot of new techniques. So we get a lot of diagnostic tools to detect the disease also. So definitely it will add up to the market, the new method, or it could be a new drug. So it's a ecosystem which we once we do research, we keep on adding new drugs to the market. Ultimately, we improve the patient's outcome there. And definitely, not apart from this drug molecule, clinical research is not only about the drugs, it is about the methods of surgery also. It could be, a lot of techniques which are involved in so all this include in clinical research itself. So likewise, radiation therapy is one of the important aspect for onco patients. So combination therapies, so new techniques, gene therapy, which is now the booming around. So all this comes into the importance of research. So once you understand what is research, guys, I want to tell you it's an amazing field which you learn a lot of techniques, which will be a part of new techniques also, and definitely it will add up in the things. So coming to how we do research, if a drug gets into the market, how it goes us into different phases once to reach its the place into the market. So guys, I'm gonna say, to get a drug into the market, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of human testings, it takes a lot of in vivo testing, in vitro testing. So a lot of FDA approvals you required, a lot of regulatory approvals you required. In spite of this, if your drug still get into the market, it's there chances that that the drug may get failed also. So just to understand, a simple drug to get into the market, it takes almost 12 to 15 years. So it's a long, lengthy process actually, for a clinical trial or a drug to get into the market. So once we start at the basic research, so if you want to launch a drug, or if you want to launch any surgical product or surgical methods or a new technique to the market, so definitely it start with the basic research at the lab itself. So followed by your lot of methods which will be involved in to develop that product. And definitely we do a lot of preclinical testing on human, in the animals. So it requires almost all 3 to 4 years to complete this in vitro and in vivo testing itself. So it is done at the baseline and in the laboratory itself. So once we get this data from the animals and from the laboratories and from the equipments what we used, and once we get a little estimated their safety and efficacy, we're gonna submit those data to the regulatory authorities. For India, it is DCGI and FDA, and likewise different countries have their different regulatory authorities. So in India, we'll submit all the data to the DCGI here. Now it is the part of DCGI to decide whether to give a approval to test that drug or the procedure or a method or whatever it is, so to test in human beings or not. So it takes a lot of time here. You need a lot of documentations, you need to prove a lot of things here. We need to impress the regulatory authorities that whatever we are gonna test in human beings, it is quite safe. We have done a lot of trials in animals, and we have already tested in lab also. So once we get the approval from the regulatory authorities, like DCGA, FDA, we will submit as a application. So, and once we get the green signal from regulatory authorities, we're gonna test into human beings. So this clinical development phase, it consists of different phases here. So phase 1, 2, and 3, where exactly the clinical professional roles comes here. So during the phase 1, it is done in very less volunteers, could be tens in number of volunteers, will be tens, and we just try to estimate the efficacy and safety of the drug here. And slowly we progress to phase 2 and phase 3. At the same time, we're going to increase the human testing, human involved subjects. We're going to increase to test high at the high end. So in phase two, before we go for the phase two, again, we need to submit the data to the regulatory authority. And again, we need to get the approval for phase two. And if once we done phase two, again, we have to submit the same data to the to conduct the phase three studies also. So it's a time-taking process. And during this during this clinical development, so it is done at the different multi-centric sites. So it could be one site at US, one site would be in India, one site it could be, so it could be a global study, it could be within an India study. So we need to take a lot of multi-centric trials, we need to involve a lot of population for completing these phases. So here the challenge for a clinical research professional is to identify the correct site where they can conduct this trial. So we have generally the sites is nothing but the hospitals. For example, if I say if something we are discovering about a drug called from cardiovascular diseases, so we need to emphasize which hospitals are good at cardio department, and which are the sites which are already got developed into the clinical research system, where there a lot of facilities are there. So it's all comes under the clinical research professional, whether to select that site or not, whether to select the doctor who gonna test that drug into the human beings or not. So it's all depends on the clinical research professional. So so you need to select the site, and you need to start the documentation. We need to submit a lot of documents to the local ethics committee. At the same time, you need to submit to the regulatory authorities. So it's time taking process. At the same time, you're gonna enjoy this stage. So one day you will be in India, the other week you could be your sponsor could ask you to go to the US also, just to initiate the site also. So it's the guys who are interested more of traveling and enjoying the surroundings. So this will be a good path for those guys. So anyway, so let's comes to this phases. So once we done phase 1, 2, 3, so our this phases, after completing these phases, again we need to submit a application to the regulatory authorities for their approval to test into the larger population. So that is nothing but the phase 4, that is also called as a post-marketing surveillance studies, also we generally call. So you might have seen, guys, recently there is ranitidine, the drug which has got taken out from the market. So it's been long decades into the market, but ultimately because of some impurities which were found in ranitidine group of drugs, so the regulatory authorities has called up all the drugs from the market. So it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of things. So you will be involved completely in all the phases during the phase 4 also. So you need to go to the sites, you need to collect the data, you need to collect the safety of the patients, you need to discuss with your regulatory authorities from DCGI to your sponsor level. So a lot of things are there during all these phases. So once the drug is out, once you complete your phase 3, and you again get the approval for marketing, for post-marketing surveillance. So again here the phase 4 trials comes, and the same, it will be conducted in the hospital setup only. So to complete this, right from the basic research, right from basic research to come a drug into the market, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of billions of trillions of amount which sponsor will spend on a single molecule to come out into the market. So it spends a lot of money to bring one molecule into the market. So not wasting much time. So generally there are a lot of sponsors which are looking to conduct trial in India itself. So that's the point. There are a lot of institutes which are coming up with clinical research courses now. And why India is chosen as a country to do a clinical research? So because we have almost proven success in outsourcing. I mean, there are a lot of faculties and a lot of human volunteers are there. We have good facilities at the hospitals. We are a good population also. So definitely the one sponsor who looking for to do a trial, definitely India is one of the main country to look into the clinical trials. So definitely, because of large population, we have a lot of patient pool, so there will not much be problematic for principal investigator to enroll those patients into their studies. And prevalence of diversity of diseases, we have got a lot of diseases also. So, and also we are also English speaking countries, right? So, and coming to educated healthcare professional, yes, we have a lot of good doctors here, good research professionals here who can conduct end-to-end clinical trials in a professional way, which can impress our regulatory authorities. And as I said, the hospital with the good facilities, you can see number of hospitals are there now which got JCI and NABH accredited hospital, which has good facilities to conduct all these trials. And definitely, when compared to other countries, this is the main point I can say when sponsors are looking at. Because they'll be spending a lot of billions of money, so cost reduction is compared to all other countries, cost reduction is much in India. So they can complete their trial with lesser amount when compared to the other countries. So this is why India is one of the famous country to do clinical trials. So duration to get a molecule, as I said, it takes almost 15 to 20 years, and but still it is not guaranteed that it's going to stay in the market, because it can be called anytime from the market. It can be withdrawn from any time at the market. So cost, as I said, because a single drug to the market can exceed US $1 billion as well. So rapid increase in the investment on clinical research and drug development, because you can see there are a lot of, in Hyderabad itself, in Telangana itself, there are a lot of clinical research institute has come up who are conducting all the phases trials now. So annual industries revenue is double now. So a dollar 11 billions to, it's, and we are expecting that in the next 5 years is going to double or triple the thing what we are expecting now. So patents of the most of the top selling drugs are getting expired. So this is one of the again reason, lot of antibiotics which are into the market. There are a lot of drugs, they are now nearby expiring. So once they get expired, or there are a lot of what I can say, BA/B studies will be conducted at the site to copy that same drug and to sell into the market. So again, they have to do all the phase studies and BA/B studies to get into the market. So this will again where you get opportunities to work with there. And more than 10,000 registered trials globally. Now you can Google it, and the clinical trials. Yes, because of COVID, last to 2 years, we're gonna see some decline, in the clinical research. And not only clinical, all other professionals also got. It wasn't sub-therapeutic thing, but now we have got recently in the last 1 year, it got 100,000 registered trials in India itself. So increasing in demands of clinical research professionals. So this is because there are a lot of trials going on now. The sponsors, now the companies are looking a professional who qualified with clinical research knowledge to conduct the trials. So it's because, guys, it's not that so once you complete your basic degree or a bachelor degree or master degree, you can directly come into the research side. So because it involves a lot of regulatories, approvals, because we use these drugs because which are very new into the market, and we use into human beings or animals. So the regulatory authorities are very conscious, and they need only qualified professionals to deal all these things. So this is where once the one who get a clinical research course, certified course, definitely the companies are hiring now. So what exactly a clinical research professional does? So overall sees the whole clinical trial process. He will involved, as I said, from phase 1 to phase 4. He will be completely involved into all the phases. He ensures scientific integrity data, accurate data, the data which we get collected from the sites. He maintains the data. He makes sure the data which we are getting from the sites is accurate, and definitely we do a lot of analysis on that also, and protects the right, safety, and well-being of the volunteers. This is again, it's your part that you have to safeguard your subject human trials who are involved in the trials. So end to end, guys, end to end, right from the selecting the site to close out the study. In between there could be a lot of serious adverse events, there could be a lot of monitoring visits, so all will be done by a clinical research professional itself. So career opportunities, coming to the career opportunities, you have tremendous career opportunities. There are a lot of vacancies. You can google it in any companies which are dealing with clinical research. You can see there are a lot of demand in for clinical research professionals into the in this industries. And definitely at the starting, because you will be at the learning stage, definitely the salaries will be on the lower side, but once you gain a good experience, definitely it's a very fast growing pathway, I can say. So easily you can double your salary, triple your salary when compared to other professionals. So excellent growth prospects are there, definitely. And as I said, international exposure and prospects also there, because the sponsor which are conducting its trials are majorly from US, UK, German. So once we get into this industry, you will have a lot of opportunities to travel to international level as well, because you will be conducting this the same trial in other countries as well. So you will be traveling a lot. You will be seeing a lot of I was last month I was at Canada, so just to monitor the visit. So you imagine you will enjoy your life by visiting all these countries, and you will enjoy your work. So it's not boring when compared to other there are a lot of other courses also which require table and chair, laptop and this thing. So you need to sit at one place, you need to google it, you need to type all documents, you need to see all that. But this particular job, you need a lot of traveling, you need to expose yourself to a lot of patients, you need to talk to the scientists, you need to speak to doctors that this is the trial, this is the protocol, this is how. And most importantly, you will go to the sites, you will teach the doctors how you have to conduct the trial, how you have to select the patient population, how you have to deal if once the serious adverse events happen, how you need to submit to the regulatory authorities. So you will be supervising completely to the doctor's level. So imagine how important you are into this clinical research professional. So clinical research professional is a field that definitely takes you beyond the desk or lab jobs, what I said just now, and plenty of career prospects are also there into the market. So coming to the career tracks, there are a lot of job positions which are available into the market. The one who got clinical research qualified professional, qualified person, so he could be a investigator or co-investigator. So for example, I just done my PharmD and PG diploma in clinical research and PhD, and by God grace, I am also a co-investigator for Covaxin vaccine also. So guys, so you get a lot of tremendous opportunities. So, and also you will get a lot of fame, and you will get a lot of good amount of salaries also, being a co-investigators as well. So you could be a co-investigator for all these trials also. So data management, quality assurance, quality project manager, you could be. Once you will start with a clinical research coordinator at the site. you will learn the things at the site level, and slowly you can explore to a clinical research associate, which is hired by a sponsor company, and you will be given a different sites. So you need to go, you need to select the site, you need to monitor the site, whether the coordinators, whether the doctors are doing at the right according to the protocol or not. You need to go and inspect the things. So all this will be done as a CRA 1 and 2 3. There are the grades. So clinical site monitor is another job profile. So as I said, co-investigator, data manager, you could be slowly become a data manager as well. So regulatory specialist, you can be a regulatory specialist where you can scrutinize your documents. So what are the documents which you submit to the data? You can put a lot of queries, you can put a lot of questions to the sponsor, to the doctors. And data analyst, study designer, how to conduct the study, what type of patients you need to take, what type of patients, what type of drugs you need to involve into this system. So all can be, you could be a designer also. So quality or assurance, quality auditors also, you can become. Data safety officer is nothing but the pharmacovigilance. You will be collecting a lot of adverse events data from the market, and you will report to the regulatory authorities. And definitely clinical trial assistants, you can be a clinical trial assistant as well. And to become a biostatistician or a SAS developers also, you need a basic clinical research knowledge. So without this basic, because when you do clinical research only, you will get the data, you will be having a CDM, data management kind of jobs, pharmacovigilance jobs. So it's a base, what I can say, clinical research is the base upon which you will have a lot of different job opportunities or different roles, like regulatory authorities will be another role, your data management is another role. So there are a lot of different options. So but basically clinical research is the base. So data coordinators, clinical research coordinators, you could be so there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of professional job opportunities which are open into the market, and you could be among any of these. So who can benefit? Definitely a basic degree of life science can be a clinical research professional. Mainly if he is from life science background, it would be a benefit for him to understand more clearly in more routine practice. So other healthcare professional related, and IT engineers and professionals who look after data. You might have seen there are a lot of job opportunities in data science, cloud dating. So so this will be again coming into the IT engineers. But then these, you believe me guys, there are a lot of engineers also who has done IT, but they have taken this course because if they want to deal something data, they need to understand what is at the base. So without the base, you cannot do a research. You cannot get into the field. So even engineers are also taking the classes from us to understand how actually the ground field work happens there, so that they can excel their professional life in their careers. So our definitely there are a lot of recruitment partners also. We will try, once we as you have seen the course syllabus, how we have designed, we have almost made as such a way syllabus that it covers almost everything into the clinical research field. So once you get qualified certificate thing, but definitely we will try to put into our different we have a lot of good contacts. We have good rappos at the hospital sites, at the sponsor sites, and in almost in other countries as well. So we will try to push up you guys. We have got tie up with a lot of recruitment partners. We have good recruitment partners. So it's not just that we complete the course, we will just leave it as it is. No, we will try to push you with with a good CV, preparing good CVs. We will try to prepare you for mock interviews. We will give you a real-time projects also. We will try to explain you the, I will try to explain you with giving a real-time projects exposure to you guys, not just apart from your routine template. No, I will be giving you a lot of real-time projects, how SAEs will be reported, how the protocol looks, how we need to manage to manage regulatory authorities queries. So there are a lot of job we need to look into this thing. So recruitment partner, definitely we will assist you for your getting hired for job as well once you're done with your course. So guys, this is basic what I can say about clinical research. If you have any queries, you can go ahead and ask to me.
One sec. Yes, everyone, if you have any query, any kind of questions to us, you please go ahead. You can write or you can unmute yourself. No problem. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yes, please go ahead, Prema.
Yeah, sir. Sir, the session was very informative. And basically, I'm an academician, and I got to know there are various opportunities which was available in this clinical research. So I have one small query, sir. Thing is that when the clinical trials are supposed to do it in hospitals, then what is the role of? I would like to know what is the role of CRO companies. How does it work? How does it will be helpful? Even IT have clinical data management. So how does it will be helpful for this clinical research?
Wali, I think you are on mute.
Yes.
Hello. So basic,
Yes,
basic question I got. The thing is, being a research professional, how the sponsors get into contact with the hospital setup to run their trials. So as I said, guys, the sponsor, if we want to do a trial, for example, as I said, if we want to do some research on cardiovascular drug, so he will be looking at hospitals or the patient population who are patients of cardiac. So definitely, so cardiac patient, where he will get at the hospital itself or at the clinics also. So basically, he will come to the hospital. The sponsor will come to the hospital, and in between that, there is a path. There is a third person. What I can say, that is CRO, is nothing but he will organize the things. He will take the all the skills. He will be having all the opportunities. He will be having all the, I mean, employees who does a lot of jobs, right? So right from clinical research professionals to the data management, they have almost set up everything in their I mean, in their things. So they will get from the sponsors the project, and they will say that no, sponsor, we have taken the thing. Now the CRO will come to the hospitals. He will be a middle person. So sponsor will give all handover to the CROs, and CRO will come to the hospitals now, and he will select the sites. He will, he will choose the investigator, what type of study, based on the studies. So this is how the CRO works. And they will they have to select the sites, and they have to initiate the site. So they have to send their persons to the hospital sites or wherever the site is going to start. So this is how a clinical research professionals get involved. So these data, once you start the study in at the hospital, the data which collect at the hospital site from the patient, we what case sheets data or OP case sheet data, for example, ECGs, their blood investigation, we compile all this data and we will send it to the CRO. Now the CRO will send it to the IT data management companies, where based on their protocol, they will segregate all the data, what all required according to their protocol, and they will submit to the regulatory authorities. This is how the chain works for clinical research professionals.
Yeah, so
Thank you, sir.
I will add to this. I'll add to Dr. Wali. So, clinical research is okay. There are multiple collaborators. There are multiple collaborators, and hospital is one of the collaborator because we just have to collect the data from the hospitals. Okay. Other than that, 75% of the work will be done in the industry because see, sponsor is a pharmaceutical company which is actually sponsoring the entire trial. So they have the committee on the clinical research, like clinical, research, what the professions, the top professions who are designing, the directors of the clinical trial managers and everything. Then they will have the third party as, CRO, contract research organizations. And then they have the clinical data management companies. They have, the IT companies. They have the medical writing teams, medical writing specific companies. So clinical research is not only one thing. Clinical research is a multidisciplinary, people task. They all have to come together. They all have to segregate, and then only, they go for the clinical trials. They go for the clinical trials. See, multi-centric clinical trials. Somebody is sitting in the Australia Novartis office. They have planned. They have come up with a, idea. Okay, we will go for this clinical trial. So they will, come up with a team of directors. They will come up with a team of scientists. Those will be the clinical researchers. Okay, then that flow will go around in their own, office, own, setups, and they will, come up with the finance team. They will come up with the trial managers. They will come up with a lot of parts. Lot of people will be involved there, and then they will go for the third parties like CROs. They will go for the clinical data management companies. They'll go for other things, and then clinical data management will go for the hospitals to choose the sites and choose, the investigators. So how it goes, and once the data is collected from the hospital, data will go to the, clinical data management sites and companies, and those companies will analyze the data, will, keep the data with them, and then they will be interpreting the results. They will be coming up with the publications. They will be coming up with the, the reports and everything for the companies, for the sponsors. So clinical research is not only, one thing that exists in the hospital, but it has a big setup, big industrial setup, big hospital setup. Okay, what you're talking about might be the academic type of thing, academic research. But if you are talking about the industrial research, it's a big setup from the sponsor to CRO to, clinical data management to medical writing to the pharmacovigilance. Everything is included. Okay, everything is included. CRA, CROs, and then it comes to the, our investigator or the site. And not only this, along with that, there are the regulatory parts also. The clinical research, managers, clinical research directors, and clinical research fellows, they have to go for the regulatory part also. How they are getting the approvals, ethical approvals, DCGRI approvals, and, the government approvals. So it is a big setup where you must be the expert of clinical research. You must be aware of the guidelines. You must be aware of the regulations. You must be aware of the process. So, that's how it works. It is not only restricted to the hospital. Hospital is just, to collect the patients, to give the data of the patient. Other than that, industrial clinical and industrial, clinical research has the 75% or more than 80% of the setup in the industry, in different departments or different organizations. We have separate organizations for medical writing like Climed. We have, clinical data management companies, and we have the CROs like, IQVIA and Cactus. So I mean, this, big companies are there. So we have the special setups, like, if Novartis is conducting the company, Novartis is hiring IQVIA, Novartis is hiring Climed to do their work, and they are hiring clinical research people to work there, right? So they have the entire setup. It's not only restricted to the hospitals.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, anyone else?
Guys, apart from, just want to add one more point here. It's not about the only, where you want to earn. If you are at the bachelor level, if you want to explore, if you want to get into the PhD stream also, definitely it's going to worth it. I mean, you will be doing a research also, so definitely it will add. This course will add you extra knowledge when you are really doing at a research level job also, and courses as well.
Yes, because see, and somebody is asking from YouTube if the B Farm can join the clinical research. Yes, you can, because see, you have the knowledge. Clinical research is not only the part where you have to recruit the patient and you have to collect the data. clinical research also involve the drug discovery. Okay, clinical research has the all phases. So B Farms, M Farm, entire pharma department is eligible for the clinical research, and if you are involved in this, you can be fit anywhere at any part. Okay, so there is no specific restrictions like a B Farm cannot do, only PharmDs can do, or only MBBS can do. People who are MBBS MDs are doing clinical research, are the part of clinical research, definitely in the hospitals and even outside the hospitals when they are preparing the protocols, when they are coming up with the proposals. There are people from the nursing department, there are people from the different other healthcare domains. There are, and the pharmacy domain is the main domain in the clinical research and in any kind of drug research wherever it works. So you all are very much eligible. And as Dr. Wali said, we are teaching you from the scratch, so no need to worry about that. If you're joining us, we will be teaching you from the scratch to the latest parts, the latest updates, latest guidelines, so don't worry.
So which course is this you're talking about?
Okay, let me share. This is our 6-month course. This is our 6-month course on clinical research. We have launched, and let me share this once again. I think I've
I'm a visiting faculty for DY Patil College of Pharmacy at Ambi, Talegaon, Pune. So I want my students to know about this.
No problem, ma'am. No problem, ma'am. So this is professional certificate course in fundamentals of clinical research. This is a 6-month skill development program. So here 4 months will be completely classes, and then 1 month industrial training, complete industrial training, that will be virtual, but the participant will be involved in the industrial clinical assignments and the projects. They'll get the separate certificate even for the industrial training, and then 1 month they'll be prepared for the interviews, like mock interviews, personality development, communication development, and their CV development. So that's how it makes a 6 months. So this is a 6-month course, and here you can see, madam, the entire syllabus, what we are going to teach. I'll share the brochure with you. I'll write my phone number in the text here. So, and the cost of this is just 5,000 for offer right now, because it was actually till 31st August, but still we are, as we are having the demo class today, anyone can join in 4,999. And if you are coming up for the entire class, madam, we can discuss further. Okay, you can just ping me your number. I'll just put my number here, and we can just discuss that possibilities also. If you are belonging to if you belong to any institution, because there are multiple institutions which are associated with us for multiple courses. We have the tailored courses for the institutes also, like medical writing and SAS and SPSS and multiple other courses. Pharmacovigilance we are running in multiple colleges, so you can just ping me up for that also. I'm just writing my number here. Yeah. So if anyone wants to join, you can just message me. We'll share the links and all for the registration, guys. And individual registrations who wants to do, the offer is only for today. This 4,999 6-month course. This is 6 months course, so you are just paying less than 800 per month. Remember this. And our
is this course every day, or like how is it? Is it weekend?
No, there'll be 2 classes every week. Weekends, there'll be 2 classes in the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
The eligibility is B Farm, or people who are still doing B Farm can apply?
Anyone can apply. Anyone can apply, irrespective of the course. Anyone from pharmacy, medical, nursing, healthcare professions, anyone can apply.
No, the madam question is, even the 4th year students can.
Yes, 4th year students also can apply, because it will be completing in 6 months. So 4th year students who are pursuing 4th year can apply definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, madam. And we have, along with that, we had one more free demonstration class yesterday, guys, for SAS. So we are just having 2 seats now. Since yesterday's demo class, we have filled almost all the seats. Now only 2 seats are there. If you are interested in SAS, you can come up and register. The the fees, what I have said yesterday is still valid for all of you. If you want to register for the SAS, the clinical SAS, which involves base, advanced, and clinical levels, that is our 5th batch. So if you want to add on that also, you can just get registered for that, and the fees is still 15,000. Okay, so that's one announcement from my side. We have just 2 seats remaining in that course, because our the seat allotment for clinical SAS is just 20. So at 18 admissions are already over. Okay, so if no more questions, then we can wind up. Dr. Tarun?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining, and guys, thank you very much for listening to us, and happy Pharmacist Day again. And I think we have the National Pharmacovigilance Week also. So happy Pharmacovigilance Week to all of you, and take care. Have a good day, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye bye, guys. Take care.